So it looks like that certain Aquaman starlet will be going after myself and many other YouTubers in the courtroom next week. Why? Because of IMDb, as she has pointed out in her list of courtroom exhibits. And here's the thing, that certain Aquaman starlet has made it very, very clear that this is the plan going forward in the courtroom, naming this channel alone 3 times that we know of, potentially 4. Yeah, you and I, we're going to talk about this craziness today. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And quickly, before we get started, check out and back our project. It is live right now on Indiegogo. Link is in the description. 2 days and change remain, and we are less than 10K away from 6 figures. Tell those companies that don't appreciate you, this could have been yours. Walk from them and towards us. Thank you. So here's something interesting about IMDb that I did not know. If you go into IMDb and you search, say, a certain Aquaman starlet, you'll have all of these names that come up. And if you're like 99.99% of people and you end your search there by clicking into the name, you'll get everything that you're accustomed to seeing from IMDb. You get the breakdown of the person, you get the photos, what they're known for, you get their filmography and more. And again, most people, they end there. Now that led to a bit of confusion the other day on many people's parts because you had the exhibit description list coming out from that certain Aquaman starlet that is essentially their entire case that's coming up next week, April 11th, 2022, JD versus that certain Aquaman starlet, wherein they had 85 pages. That's right, 85 pages of exhibits. Now here's where the confusion really set in. Around page 58, you have the more salacious details about that certain Aquaman starlet and their relationship to Hollywood on exhibit. Here you have, for example, all of the movies that they've been on, the money that they're going to be paid, going up to right now. So you have, the CBS miniseries The Stand, for example. And as you go forward, you start adding emails. They talk about Aquagirl, they talk about Aquaman. They talk about sponsors and so much more. You can see L'Oreal, for example, Warner Brothers, and on. And then you get into the emails and text. You have emails from people behind the scenes talking about Aquaman, too. You have texts that are brought in. I'm sure I would be mad about this as well. From James Wan, also Jason Momoa, Zack Snyder, and so many more. And right there in the middle of it all, an exhibit 1293, you have a mention of IMDb. 1293, that certain Aquaman starlet's IMDb page, 01/18/2021. Now this really got the old noggin jogging because I wanted an answer to this. I eliminated everything that I could find on the resume under names, but after the search, if you decide you don't want to stop on names, there's another category. In fact, there are 2 categories all told. There's titles and then there are keywords. Now, assuming you do no fine-tuning for keyword searches, meaning you don't add any other references, you don't put anything about JD, for example, you're going to get 62 hits all told. Those 62 titles that come up, the first 2, they're going to be exactly what you would expect from IMDb. You're going to have The First Monday in May, never heard of it, but apparently that's some movie. You're going to have the Golden Globe Awards 2019, but right after that, you're going to have things that I'm sure are going to get brought up. Geeks and Gamers, for example. Timcast IRL, the Timcast channel, Midnight's Edge, Josiah Rises. I mean, you can see the list here. The list, it is not a flattering one. This is something I'm sure that certain Aquaman starlet didn't want added to their name before they go back to Sky News Tonight, and on. And something interesting happens when you start fine-tuning those searches and adding in references to JD, which would add another 43 titles to your list. Some of the media actually falls off. Your early list, they get Timcast, you get Josiah Rises, Geeks and Gamers, Midnight's Edge, and so much more. You don't get chill media until number 9. That That's something I'm sure that certain Aquaman starlet doesn't like, and I'm sure that they don't want to take credit for it either, despite the fact that all of this, it isn't the YouTuber's fault. This is actually the fault of that certain Aquaman starlet. Now, things they get even more interesting when you decide to return to that search page and you start looking through titles. See, the titles are not repeated titles that you first saw in the keyword searches. These are unique hits. So, you have another 130 unique hits added to over 130 keyword searches, and look at what's represented throughout these. I mean, you have basically YouTubers that are listed here. The first one, JD, that's certain Aquaman starlet, talking about irreconcilable differences. So, you know what that's going to be about. You have a video from Mary Mayhem coming up. Quartering's going to come up quite a few times in this list. Entertainment Hacker is going to come up quite a few times in this list as well. Clownfish TV, they pop up here too. Again, this has become a who's who of people that have covered this thing. Yellow Flash 2 pops up. Myself, you'll notice I come up many times in this, and so much more. Now, if you look at that and you say, well, that umbrella guy, surely that can't be the reason, can it? Well, I want to direct you to this right here. This is a very high-profile filing in this case. This was trying to not give JD a win outright when it came to that certain Aquaman starlet's case. There's two there. You have the filing for JD. She's filed a counterclaim saying, I need double what he asked for because, I'm entitled to that. And the reason that she said she needed not to have that struck down was because, as part of the campaign to smear her, JD's lawyer, Adam Waldman, and JD also contacted the media to falsely call that certain Aquaman starlet a liar and a hoax artist. This not only included the mainstream media, but it also included social media accounts, including, what's that name right there? That Umbrella Guy. That's right. You also have Incredibly Average, a.k.a. that Brian fella listed, The Real Laura B. Check out The Real Laura B, by the way, and their podcasts, Movies, Myths, and Monsters. This isn't the first time I've been listed outright in documents. I know I've been listed 3 times already. The IMDb thing, that would be 4. Anything to say someone else caused all of this. I didn't do this stuff. This is him. He's pulling the strings. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Now, to end, I want to say again, check out and back our project. Link is in the description. 2 days and change remain. And look, so close to 6 figures here. When you're walking away from industry that denigrates, that backs this very nonsense, send a message back alternative industry and say, this could have been yours, but you know what? It's not. We're putting it somewhere else instead. Thank you, too. Again, check that out. Thank you for being here. Going to end here. Thank you again. Appreciate the heck out of you and see you soon.